Studio check.
Frequencies check.
We are live on air.
You are listening to the In Fact Blessing the Airwaves. Take the journey into the world of sports, news, entertainment, while embracing the hottest beats on the planet. Rocking the mind, body, and with energy, electricity, and a splash of controversy. Now, without further ado, it's our pleasure to bring to you
The biggest show in the world.
The biggest show in the world.
the biggest show in the world, the SBTV Nation.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy Friday the 13th to you. This is Rob the Mad Hatter. We are the SBTV Nation. We are flying high in 2017. You have myself today, me, myself, and I as your host of the show. It's going to be a very, very brief show, guys, because the Dream couldn't be here today, but we're looking forward to getting him on tomorrow with Dr. Dan, the Evil Genius. You know it's going to be fireworks. You know he's going to be breaking his balls a little bit about the New York Football Giants going down over last weekend. But, hey, it is what it is, and we are going to talk. What I'm going to do basically here is just update you on what's going on with the NFL playoffs going on this weekend. Before we do that, and there's a method behind my madness, obviously, because we have the SBTV Fantasy Football Contest, which immediately following this show, I am going to post the link, and I'm going to invite everybody that has already participated in the contest to join. It's a $10 buy-in, and we're going to have 25 people. The top two places get paid. So that's the way it's going to go. The last 2 weeks, I've came in second place, which pisses me off. But I plan on beating all of you and being the champion yet again. And there's a champion right now by the name of LB, so I plan on knocking you off. So get ready, guys, and we are very excited about that. The link will be up on all of our social media outlets, and feel free to hit me up, and I'd be more than happy to send you the link. And I'm going to invite everybody, so we're going to pump it up to 25 people this time. And I got to be honest with you, I was looking at the lineup and what's available based on the 4 games and the 8 teams. It's a little tricky this week. So you're going to have some skills, and you're going to have to, there's a lot of variables, a lot of tangibles and intangibles with this whole package here, guys. So we'll talk about it, and what we're going to do is get right into basically the current lines, where they are today as far as these games are concerned, because you know that these lines move all over the place, depending on weather, depending on injuries, depending on situations that go on behind the scenes. But you know what? Hey, let's get right into it, and let's talk about what is going on as far as the NFL games for tomorrow and for Sunday. So let's look at it right now. Currently, the lines are as follows. The Atlanta Falcons are minus 5 points now, guys. The line opened at 4. Now they're up to 5 points with an under-over of 51.5, so it's kind of climbing a little bit. Now, I think that I did read somewhere, I'm sure he's going to be in the game, but, Richard Sherman's a little banged up for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know if you knew that. And there's some conflicting stories out there, so that might be something important, because not only is he a leader on the field, but he's a pretty damn good athlete. As big of a mouth as he is, I can't stand him, but the guy is pretty talented. So if he's not there, and you already know what the Seattle Seahawks are not capable of on the road, it could spell trouble for them. So the line is up to 5 right now, and there's a couple of other things here, including CJ Persise is a game-time decision for the Seattle Seahawks. So they could be without him as well, which would probably give Thomas Rawls most of the work. So that's something to think about when you guys are doing your fantasy lineups, or you're gambling on this game, or doing player props or whatever. When you're doing fantasy football and you're doing player props, it's basically the same thing. I'm sorry. You know what? I love fantasy football. I love gambling. I think both of them are very, very similar, guys. And, as far as weather, obviously, that they're in the dome, so you're not going to have anything to worry about as far as that is concerned. So Atlanta minus 5 right now is the line. It looks like there's some line movement there. The next game on the ticket is the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots. And this line has basically stayed stagnant. It's 16. I saw some 16.5s the other day, but it's at 16. I don't remember a playoff game being this high of a spread in several years. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I don't remember it being this high. Houston Texans do have the number one defense in the NFL. Not saying I'm taking them. Obviously, you know Tom Terrific and the boys and Bill Belichick are more than capable of torching any defense in the NFL. But 16 points, it seems like a very big lack of respect for the Houston Texans. They are a division winner, even though their division sucks. But still, it's the number one defense in the NFL. Can they pull the upset of a lifetime? I doubt it, but it's something to talk about. As far as the weather is concerned there, you're going to have 28 degrees so far. This is what I'm looking at. It's not going to be any rain, not going to be any snow, so we don't really have anything to worry about. And as far as the injuries, I don't see anything on my board whatsoever that would compromise either team. So you're going to have Brock Osweiler, obviously, versus Tom Brady. I mean, there's just no comparison there. And the Patriot defense is basically stepped to the plate. And they are riding a 7-game winning streak, guys. So this is something to take a look at as well in this game. And like I said, man, we're going to have a full breakdown this weekend of all 4 of these games. But this is just kind of an idea of what's going on. As I said, it's going to be a brief show in preparation for the playoffs, in preparation for the SBTV Nation Fantasy Football Contest that we're getting ready to launch right after this show, guys. Good morning to everybody on Twitter. We are live right now. Thank you very much. Hey, Sir Mata, the Aussie Open is Monday. He's looking forward to talking some tennis. You know what? I'll be happy to get you on and talk a little tennis, brother. So hit me up on a DM and we could have that conversation about it because, you know what? I know a lot of you junkies out there love playing tennis. So, you know, we could talk about it, see if there's any money to be made, which I'm sure that you're more than capable of making the nation, brother, as always. So we could talk about that, and we will move on. Let's go on to the next game here. Let's talk about Sunday. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers going into the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is tricky, guys. It opened as a pick. Kansas City is now minus 1.5 with an under-over of 44 points. There's a reason why the total's going down. I'm going to tell you. There's a very, very good chance, almost a 60% chance of snow being on the ground in this game. It's a 1:05 start on Sunday. And when you look at it, obviously everybody's been talking about Big Ben with the little cast on his leg and stuff like that. Big Ben will be just fine. And I don't see any other issues, especially with the triple Bs over there with Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Big Ben. I don't see any problems whatsoever. The only thing is Chiefs linebacker Justin Houston with the knee injury, but he has been practicing. So I don't see any problems there whatsoever as far as injuries. The only thing that could be a little bit of a hindrance is the weather. You know what? If there's anybody that can play in the snow, you already know it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just saying. So one more game we're going to talk about, guys, is the Green Bay Packers versus the greatest team that ever lived, according to all the Cowboy fans are out there beating their chest and going crazy. And the Dallas Cowboys, you got a retractable roof there, so we have no weather to worry about whatsoever. The line has gone from -4 all the way to -4.5. The Dallas Cowboys, 52.5 total being the under-over in this game. And as far as the... I'll tell you what I'm laughing at in a minute. As far as the injuries are concerned, guys... Cowboys cornerback Morris Claiborne has a groin injury, but he was a full participant in practice after being limited on Wednesday. Offensive tackle Tyron Smith and defensive end LaMarcus Lawrence were also limited. Packers will be without Jordy Nelson. He will not be in this game, according to sources that I've been reading. They did pretty damn good with Randall Cobb the other day, just saying. And they've got a lot of offensive firepower out there, guys. So Green Bay Packers are a force to be reckoned with. And if they do run that no huddle that Dallas is very, very susceptible to, it could be a ball game here. James Starks, a concussion, did not practice. So Packers are a little bit banged up going into Jerry's world. You know, Zeke is going to be running wild over there. You know that the fan base is going to go bananas over there as far as the Dallas Cowboys are concerned. But it's something to take a look at, guys, as far as your teams are concerned. And like I said, there's no weather to report. So, bottom line is this. We're about, I'd say, 30 hours away from kickoff on the first games. Okay, we'll be breaking it down tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we've got from now until then to get our fantasy lineups in. I'm going to create the contest immediately, right now, as soon as I get off the air. I'm inviting everybody. So, guys, listen, if you think you got what it takes to knock off the champ, hey, feel free. It's $10. And you can walk away with, I'd say first place probably gets somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, maybe $1.40, $1.50, something like that. And then second place will probably get like 75, if I had to guess. Because I know the place that we do it in takes a 10% off the top. We don't make any money off it. Well, let me rephrase that. I've been making money off it because I've been beating everybody. So that is pretty much going to do it for us, guys. I'm going to cut out of here early because I want to get this contest going for everybody. And I am looking forward to everything this weekend and going from there. And big ups to my man, Rick Lopez, for saying who wins the SBTV fantasy contest this weekend. And he says, Dream, myself, Dr. Dan, or the field. Kid, that's not even a question. Come on. My boys finished 18th and 19th place last week. I finished second. But I'm not happy about it because second place is the first loser. That's all I got to say about that. So, guys, I am going to get out of here. I am looking forward to getting both my dogs on tomorrow. We're going to be talking about this. Listen, it's 2017, okay? If you are living your life right now, kind of paycheck to paycheck or just getting by or doing whatever, listen, okay? Those times where you're sleeping in, those times where you're on the couch watching TV, those times where you're doing nothing, those are times where you could figure out what you need to do what you want to do in life, okay? You can make it happen. You could do whatever you want in this world, okay? You got to work your ass off for it. Nothing's going to get handed to you. So go out there, grab the world by the balls, and get that money. Take care.